Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is August 27th, 2019. The markets just opened up not long ago, just a few minutes ago, and I'm taking a look at that and a lot of other things, There's a lot going on. First thing we want to do is open up the charts right here, and we're going to take a look at silver. Let me refresh the page. Let's look at silver. Shooting up. 1804 ask. It's up 30 cents on the day. It's left gold. It's separated from the gold price and it's moving higher. It's leading. It's starting to lead the way. This is what I've been expecting in the real bull run. We had a little bull run there a while ago, and gold led the way. Silver leads the way. Silver's leading the way. That's looking really good, Gold is 1531 bid, 1532 ask, and it's staying strong today. It's up $5.30. Now, you know what this is starting to look to me like? Like the beginning, like the start of the big rally that's going to last for, it's actually going to last for years. Going to last for years. While the economic system that we have grown up with all of our lives is in a process of change right now. Who's going to be the winner in the trade war? And this tariff business and this is what's turned into a currency problem. Who's going to be the winner in all this is going to be the countries that can adapt faster to the new paradigm. What we have, the new system of doing business. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. And what we're seeing here today is we're seeing a cooling off, but it's not really dropping too much. We see Bitcoin at a market capital of 263 billion with a Bitcoin dominance of 68.8%. And we see the coins cooling off somewhat today. Bitcoin is down 1.95% at 10,151. And we're looking at Ethereum at $186. We're looking at XRP at 26 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 307. Litecoin at $73 even. Binance Coin, well, okay, I've done enough of the top coins. Anyway, they're cooling off today. Now, this is to be expected. The markets are very tentative right now. So is the stock market. Tentative, I mean, they're wait and see attitude. They're kind of not really this rally that the market's in right now. I mean, this could turn negative later today. Seriously, up 74 points on the day so far. 85 points right now. But I'm thinking that this rally is I'll tell you, I'd be very nervous about investing in the stock market right now. I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at this. Crude oil price, $54.04. It's up 40 cents on the day, or 0.75%. Let's take a look at it. See if we can get to 1 month. That's not a very good chart. It just shows a line up. But anyway, we're looking at crude oil prices slowly going a little bit higher. Now, let's take a look at treasuries. Now, this is a big story here in the treasuries. We see the yield curve inversion even intensifying further. Today, it's really bad because the low end of the yield curve is either unchanged. The short end of the yield curve is either unchanged or up slightly. Where we see the long end of the yield curve falling the most. We see that U.S. 30 years finally capitulating, and it's dropped down almost 6 basis points today, and 1.98 on the U.S. 30 year. That's for a 30 year, 1.98, and for 1 month you got 2.09. So a full all-out yield curve inversion now, and only getting worse. Take a look at the U.S. dollar. 97.93 on the U.S. dollar index. So the dollar is is cooling off a little bit too today. It's down 0.15 or 1, just a little bit. It's cooled off just a little bit. It's under 98. It was over 98 there last week. Now, here's an article I want to point out to you guys from Zero Hedge, and I'm not going to really talk about the article too much, but I'm going to talk about this title. It says, "Things will never be the same again." And it's talking about the central banks, as central banks admit defeat. Well, I don't think the central banks have really admitted defeat. What's happened is they're going to be forced into action very soon. Big time forced into action. But things will never be the same again, and I'm going to tell you how. World trade has been disrupted and changed. And, the way we used to trade with China and the way we used to trade with the European Union itself has now been rechanged, and new trade routes are getting ready to be established. New trade deals are getting ready to go through, This is going to change the way the world trades completely in the future. What's happening right now is going to affect the future. And how's the future going to look? Well, I'm going to speculate on how the future is going to look. I think a new trading bloc is going to form between trusted partners, between Japan and the United States, and part of this trade deal is going to probably be Canada, Australia, Mexico, parts of the fragmented European Union, because I think that the European Union is going to fragment, and certain countries within the European Union are probably going to trade with they're probably going to form and join into the trade bloc, the new established trade bloc of the Americas, which is the Western trading bloc, and we're going to have an Eastern trading bloc. It's not going to be like we used to have it, where we had a one world trading bloc. Things are completely changing. We're going to have an Eastern trading bloc with Russia, China, Iran, and it's hard to tell. These countries are going to form together into a new trading bloc, and then we're going to have a trading bloc over here. So we're going to have two different trading blocs, and you're going to find that the countries, you're not going to see any goods made from China anymore over here in the West. Probably nothing. They're going to trade within their trading bloc, and we're going to trade within ours. So now, no more Chinese hammers where the head flies off and hurts somebody, No more of these shoes that you wear for 2 days and the sole's cracked, Those goods are gonna be being traded over in the Eastern trading bloc, And the Western trading bloc, we're gonna have well-made products that's probably gonna be coveted by the people who live in the East. At any rate, being serious. Okay, getting serious here a little bit. Serious talk is when they start selling within their trading bloc, they're probably going to improve the quality of their products. But, well, they better. Anyway, these new trading blocs are going to be formed. This is the way I see the world changing, and I see this as being a huge change, a mega change, and I see what else going along with this is a new Cold War between the two sides, because they don't really trade together anymore. They're also going to establish military pacts between these countries, and they're going to. Within these countries that do trade together, it's almost like, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if there was a school cafeteria, and for years it went along this way, where all the kids went into the cafeteria and they all kind of associated together and everything else, And then one year a new principal came in. And all of a sudden, the changes that he made affected how the kids associated in the cafeteria. All of a sudden, they put a barrier down the middle of the cafeteria, and everybody was on one side of the cafeteria, and everybody was on the other side of the cafeteria. And now the kids on the left side of the cafeteria wouldn't talk to the kids on the right side of the cafeteria, and they form like cliques or units. They established a separating, or maybe they'll even put a dividing wall in the middle of the cafeteria so that these two groups of kids on one side wouldn't associate with the kids on the other side. It's like, that's the way I see the world going with this. Is Great Britain, Canada, America, everything over on the west is making a separation or a barrier between the East. That's what this trade war is doing. It's an actual war, and it's going to create barriers. And the world's drifting toward this, and drifting fast, because the East is starting not to trust to trade with the West, and the West is going to start to not to trust to trade with the East. And we're going to see these. Now, this is my opinion only. This is the way I see things going with this. But I see the world economy in general, during this period of transition, going into a very bad, dark period of financially speaking. And then once these new trade gets established and starts to really work, then things will start to pick up on both sides, on East and West. But at that point, we'll be entering into a new Cold War. This is the way I see it going. And, if you guys don't agree with me, that's fine. But put it in the comment section, and I'll take a look, and I'll with an open mind, I'll take a look, and I'll see how you don't see this happening this way. But this is the way I see it happening. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. Like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys in the very next show. Bye-bye for now.